Let's check out the PU monthly report for September. I wasn't expecting to see it, to be honest, because we had the roadmap roundup too, and we're coming up to SitCon. My guess is the entire thing is SitCon work with a few small things. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and check it out. September 2023. All right. AI features. Oh, we should actually switch to this. I always forget. Good morning, Jamie. AI features. Ongoing male to female animation retargeting, ensuring that Pyro's female characters are up to the same standard as their male counterparts. Are there different characters for Pyro? Okay. Aliens? What? No? Like, I'm confused. What's the difference between the current characters in Stanton and the male and female Pyro ones? All right. AI tech continued on many things. So Boids are a thing, which are obviously like the groups of like flocks of birds or fish and all this stuff. 100% for SitCon demo. I expect to see that. Apollo subsumption tool. Again, more stuff that we're just not really seeing in the PU, even though this isn't a PU update. NPCs using trolleys. Do you think we're going to see that? No. They've been talking about that for a long time, too. As well as them going on elevators and stuff. Performance improvements. Now, this is something that I do want to call out because I feel like I have been seeing it a little bit, specifically on the PTUs, because obviously things are a little bit smoother there. But even in the PU a bit, performance improvements were also made with the team looking closely at systems that impact performance on dedicated servers. For example, optimizations were made on how navigation islands compute after parts of the navigation mesh are regenerated. For navigation volume, code was cleaned up, and event dispatching was moved to an update job, which better distributes to multiple threads. The team are currently investigating and implementing optimizations to planetary navigation generation and pathfinding request processing as well. So I do think that I have been able to actually see this update. Like many of the things that you see in these AI tech and AI updates, we never really do see in the PU. I feel like I've felt that one for sure. So that's good. Animation. Last month, the animation team worked on ensuring all male animations were also available for the female character. Okay. What? Like, why? This part is freaking me out a little bit. I don't understand this. Why there's all this new stuff happening. Almost like we're reworking again. I'm not going to CitizenCon, no. Art characters. Duster outfit and Headhunter. For how long? This has been I think the entire year, character art has said Duster and Headhunter. Pretty much exclusively. Outside of doing something like I think like subflare shit was the only other thing that's ever been mentioned here. So yeah, but also a racing suit is mentioned. Oh yeah, Pyro gangs as well, which is probably why they aren't saying much, because I think they're more focused on Pyro and Squadron. Ship art. Let's see. New vehicle variant was completed. White box for one of the new vehicles mentioned in the previous PU report is nearing completion. Okay. Santokai is almost content complete, including cockpit animations. But again, wasn't listed in any of the roadmap roundup stuff, which is interesting. And then finally, work continued on remote tractor beam gameplay, including how the hardpoint should be used to create the best player experience. Wow, they care about the player experience? No way. Last month, audio focused on Pyro. No surprise there. Community is focused on CitizenCon. Olisar's going away. Pirate Week. Yeah, a bunch of things that don't matter. Wow, I thought this was a guy I used to deal poker with. That was super weird. Economy. Still, I guess it's a small section, but it's getting bigger. is the economy team set up shops at 3 jump point stations to provide the Hull C and other cargo ships with additional trade routes. They also worked on rebalancing commodity trading in Stanton and Pyro as part of a larger initiative to improve the gameplay experience for haulers and traders. Interesting. So we're actually going to be able to go to those jump point locations and buy and sell stuff. Cool. It would be sick if they didn't make it so tedious, because I would love to rock the whole sea, but it's kind of a pain. The economy then supported other teams, such as character art and interactables, with pricing for new player equipment. Lastly, the tool that extracts live game data to help inform the profitability of various game loops and assist in balancing was completed. Okay. So the big takeaway for me here is this last sentence. Is I feel like we're going to get a big monumental change in how much money we make, how often we make it, and all those things, right? I think that that's going to be well, here's the deal. I hope that's what it's going to be, because that's honestly what we need. We need a monumental throw it all out and kind of start over thing when it comes to the economy. But I don't know. Do you guys think that'll happen or not? I hope so. You know what that means? Wipe time? Oh, yeah, for sure. And we need one. Well, I think we can use one. I don't think that I think we need a wipe from that perspective, but I certainly don't think people that were trying to earn ships in game need a wipe and stuff. I think we need a wipe from the economy is a bit of a mess. And it would be nice to start fresh with the team actually curating and taking care of it, right? So at some point, we need somebody to do a wipe and focus on the economy and actually care about it. And it sounds like that's the direction that they're going in. It really, really does. So I think that is everything I'm seeing here from these economy updates, even though it's really short and sweet, it's what I feel like the game needs, and it's some of the most exciting things that I have seen. So we need to see it happen. Engine stuff, I always skip this. Final version of the final version of Gen 12 transitions. Boom. I just look for the Vulcan and things like that. But finally, the engine team supported the network team on server meshing and worked with the location teams to make more efficient use of low-level engine resources. All right, character and weapons. Let's see. Bugs for 320. The slide mechanic, which we don't have right now. And then for the new prone motion set, which we absolutely need. We need new prone, because our prone is so bad. Stabilize the player's wrists in first-person view. Some initial updates were made. The team has now made a longer-term plan to further improve the visuals. Okay. Gameplay. EUPU team is working towards the release of Ship Tractor Beam, including an update to the General Salvage HUD to allow it to show Tractor Beam information. Oh. Cool. Okay. So you could pull pieces off and stuff. Several important bug fixes were made for Alpha 320. This included fixing instability problems with server performance and adding a temporary fix for the speed of hull scraping. So it's just temporary, but it worked. We checked it out. It worked, and it was pretty good. The team also made significant progress on structural salvage, formerly munching. I'll say they've renamed it to structural salvage, and I like that, because munching is definitely an internal term. Structural salvage is an external term. I think they need to do that more. Is figure out how they're going to label things when talking about us, and continue their ongoing work on Resource Network. Interesting. I expect at CitizenCon to at least see a huge update on this, but maybe this. Mission features. Modularizing the new player experience. The new Babbage saw its first working version. Okay. Various mission content was also worked on. Crusader platforms, Blockade Runner, which we heard about last week. Steal Evidence, which I want to try today. Data Heist, we saw on ISC last week. And They're also continuing to look at the balance of the cargo manifest system for bounty and salvage missions, and designs were pitched for a long-term reputation goals. Ship Trespass has passed its gate review and is approaching a release-ready state. Nice. Vehicle features, and again, I know I'm kind of breezing over that, but this is a really big feature, and excited to see they've nailed it down. Vehicle features, quality of life, and then more resource network stuff. Allowing items to be placed in interior object containers to be connected to the network, such as doors and lights. Okay. Graphics VFX programming. Probably going to be a lot of pyro stuff. Water simulation. Yep. Global illumination, which is code for ray tracing, right? And then work also continued on several longer-term features, such as fire, which we've heard a lot of. In-game branding, exterior of underground facilities. So those are the big bunkers. No? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Somebody said that to me one time, and I was like, oh, okay, that sounds right. But I guess it was wrong. Interactables. So this was actually... this was something that was... This is one of the only times that a game dev SCL has turned into something. Right? So kudos to Jared. We actually did something where we have like a proper box that has a bunch of cool things that we can use. So I like that. Lighting, pyro, locations, pyro. But this is a good look at, underground facilities, no longer in concept, but appearing to be in engine. So that's kind of a big deal. Wow. I think you can kind of see the size as well. Where are we looking, do you think, here? It appears to be like right there, right? So it looks pretty big. Nice. Narrative. Sometimes there's some good stuff here. Scripts were written for automated computer systems that will be used in missions at new locations. I'm not seeing anything about mission givers or, big stuff. The seating service, a new star service for server meshing. Okay. Refactor of the character customizer began. I think some people can call this out as like WoW Squadron might actually be getting close to wrapping up. Because I feel like the character customizer is like one of the last things you do. Easy anti-cheat. And a significant time on that database issue, right? But no, I would love to see a little bit more here, but it's fine that it's not. R&D, variety of important updates to the game engine that will be showed to the community soon. Okay. So, SitCon, tech art animation, implementing creatures was mentioned. Comms calls and dialogue were a major focus in September too, with the goal being to create content at speed. This has been hugely successful. And collates many lengthy manual processes into a singular toolset with a great user interface. Cool. Finally, they continue to provide additional faces for the game to source from, providing more variation to NPC populations. UI, debugging, mission feature, blockade runner, reputation app. So the current reputation app we have dead, I guess. I guess it's in the new Moby-Glass. And then VFX is Pyro. All right. That was our September monthly report. Again, a lot of Pyro focus, a lot of CitizenCon focus, not a lot of current game focus outside of a few things like EUPU and mission teams. So we shall see. We're clearly working towards the future and a little bit less on the present. which I think is totally fine as you're approaching major milestones like server meshing, right? So good initiatives, good things. We will see what actually happens with these things. I hope it keeps up. I hope we keep going. I hope CitizenCon is awesome, and I hope it's not a bunch of wasted time and effort. So, yeah. You think the seeding thing will be huge? Of course it will be. It's about server meshing. Server meshing is the single biggest thing we could ever get. But it's a matter of actually getting it. So we'll have to see. Hands up, fingers crossed. Well, I don't know. You know? None of this is really like blowing my mind, super excited for anything. Because I think the real blow your mind, super excited stuff comes towards the end of October, right? So we'll have to see. But with that, this really begins the end of content for the next few weeks. There's going to be nothing to talk about, nothing to see, no conversations from CIG. They're probably all starting to fly over to LA at this point. It's going to be radio silence until CitizenCon. And yeah, looking forward to it. So totally going to be putting together my plans for how I'm going to be covering it. Big milestone on that today. Somebody reached out and wanted to do like a co-stream. So keep an ear on like Twitter, Discord, things like that. And I'll let you guys know what the plan is for covering CitizenCon. So very, very exciting. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.